Hello everybody, this is TV1 back again with another video. This time it's the NXT review for the 21st of January 2015, and we're back again, guys. So let's get into this review. Starting off the show, pretty just actually before even NXT starts, you get a message from William Regal, who tells us that basically from his sort of announce area that basically a new tournament was going to begin, signaling the start of a new number one contender for Sami Zayn to face for the NXT Championship, which will commence tonight. Another match will be the Divas match, continuation of last week, where as Sasha got the win, she will be facing Charlotte for the title tonight. And another match that we get is, well, before that we get a new NXT TakeOver pay-per-view coming February 11th. I'll be definitely making a review of that one, of course, and even if it's on the NXT WWE Network, I might do that around February 11th. So that's around like sort of midterm break time, February 11th. And yeah, you know, I said that a few times. One match is confirmed. Later on, we see as Sami Zayn comes out to his crowd, attacks Ty Dillinger. I don't think a match even got underway there, but he was looking aggressive, and he definitely. Well, William Regal comes out after he wants his match with Kevin Owens quickly for the title or whatever. William Regal agrees, but he thinks that Kevin Owens doesn't really deserve the title yet, so he can have a match against Sami Zayn at the pay-per-view takeover. We get a bit of build-up. Now just going to have like a normal match on the show, which I was glad. So we're going to get it on a pay-per-view, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in a non-title match, strictly non-title. So that's going to come in as a little bit of gimmick in this one, because the fact that it's non-title, it means Kevin Owens wants this pretty badly to show what he's worth, to be in a chance of getting the title. And Sami Zayn, well, Sami Zayn's got to protect his pride here. He definitely wanted that match against Kevin Owens, so he's got to prove his worth here against him. Again, Kevin Owens, seen him before, pretty impressive in the ring, quite agile for what he looks like. A bit more agile than you expect to see, but again, that is a great asset to have. He's got quite a good look, and I think he's getting pretty popular down in the crowd in Florida, so he's going all positive so far, and being pushed there, William Regal started being a mediator in this whole feud. Let's go in and talk about what we get next up. Next up is a first in a round of, obviously our tournament is beginning for the NXT Championship match against Sami Zayn. Another member, the NXT do like to do this. I mean, they've done it a few times over the past couple of years that NXT is being on and aired. Well, they've liked to do their tournaments. So we're starting off 2015 with a tournament, and we're getting in it. It's going to start this week, and so we see our first bracket, obviously, with 8 men in it, and now our first two competitors, Finn Balor, as you can see on the screen, taking on the likes of Curtis Axel, who lost a few weeks ago against Hideo Itami. Yeah, match was alright. I think it was, definitely Curtis Axel, great heel and great strong style wrestling. Finn Balor was just great in this match too, and he just took over and won that one. So Finn Balor winning against Curtis Axel to go forward, and he's basically the person that now, the next match that will be on this NXT show, whoever wins this one will take on Finn Balor. Finn Balor was looking really good tonight, and yeah, I was really impressed by him. Of course, he did his nice fish, which was a new signature meme of the double foot stomp, but again, it was very impressive, and everything went to plan for him. So well done to Finn Balor. There you go, and a great win there for him. Of course, our next matchup is actually a Divas match, I think. And it was Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the Women's Championship. Once again, we've seen this match way too many times, and I know I talked about how wide we don't need to see this one again, but again, they did it anyway. And I mean, they're two very impressive wrestlers indeed, but again, there's not much of a feud going on in Divas division, or Women's division as you could call it, so I guess you could have this rematch here for the third time in a row. Charlotte's been winning all the title matches here, but Sasha Banks pretty much getting one last chance here, and she goes in and gets into the match. only briefly into this match actually. So yeah, it was sort of copped out here. Sasha Banks going on Charlotte. They're going into a few good holes there, and then of course, who was it? But Becky Lynch interrupts Charlotte's pin and disqualifies her. Goes mad on the likes of Charlotte, and there you go. A bit of interruption there. They attack Charlotte, and then we see Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch showing their tag team prowess. How they're still dominant in this very heel-like way. They go in there, they do double team on Charlotte. Bayley comes out. Not Natalya. Natalya wasn't even there, that was weird. But Bayley comes out to defend the likes of Charlotte. They end up getting out of the ring, scarping away Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, as they usually do, in their sort of faction team there. Impressive. Well, not a very impressive match, but Charlotte there conforming there, comforted by Bayley. Bayley, as we know, is a sweet, lovable, doty character. Bayley, you can't even expect this to happen. Bayley belly to belly suplexes Charlotte just after that, and Charlotte's down, and Bayley's looking at the title and teasing a match there. So she's going after that women's championship. You know what? This is her chance. If she wins it, I'll be happy for her. So, you know what? That could be a match coming up at, whatever, TakeOver at February. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. And this is one of the feuds they're picking up for the new year. So, if this comes on to be a long-term feud, if we get Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch to move over a little for Bayley to because she is very popular in the women's division here in NXT with the fans. And it will be a good person to push, definitely. But again, that's just my thoughts. Share your thoughts below, of course, and like this video if you, just like this video for more, obviously. So Bayley, do you like the Bayley gimmick? Do you not like the Bayley character? I definitely think it's good. It's actually quite a mystique behind all of it. It may seem a little bit two-dimensional, but this niceness that she has is definitely taking a turn for a different side of her. And I've talked about this before, but definitely just drawing strides to Sami Zayn's character. How it's definitely letting out a different side, and you know what? It's a good character, I think, and it goes well against Charlotte. Charlotte seems like the hero. Bayley's put in the sidelines there, and Charlotte, I think she's everything and everything under the sun, but can she take on the likes of Bayley and maintain her title? And I guess Sasha Banks telling before the match, she tells Charlotte that, well, at the announcing, that she said that, well, Charlotte really only has the title for her, and if she's not everything, she has nothing. So she wanted to get the title. She didn't, of course. Charlotte defending that women's title, looking really strong, but again, it's Bayley, and yeah. So yeah, upcoming match, very excited for that, and two deserving wrestlers. What do we have now? Next match, of course, it was a tag team match. The Vaudevillains, the ever interesting Vaudevillains, definitely, with their interesting gimmick and everything that goes on between them. Simon Gotch and Aiden English. Sorry, I was mixed that one up with Adrian Neville. They're both English and very confusing. But again, they take on Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy. Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy are sort of like jobbers in the company, like Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan, but I think they're more put up to be a bit more skilled and a bit more experienced, I think. The commentators noted that they do train hard in the Performance Center, and something they're deserving of is a tag team title match. Anyway, they win this one in a surprise upset victory against the Vaudevillains. It was over pretty quickly. It started off quite slow, quite working down. Some moments where you think the Vaudevillains would take advantage, but I just didn't really come. The Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy pretty fast in the ring, using good technique as a tag team. They weren't too memorable for me. I never really got interested in them ever since I started watching NXT last year. But again, they've only been on a few appearances, and so they're probably going to get on more now. I guess they've had a break, and now they're back. Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy, probably back for the while now. Don't stand up to me too much. But the Vaudevillains, they got the victory of the Vaudevillains. A very, very upset victory. Very unexpected, really. That's the only word you can use for it. But yeah, if you're happy about that, I'm not too pumped. I don't really know these guys. Anyway, they actually asked for a title match, I believe, from the Lucha Dragons, and Lucha Dragons accepted that night. So it's really weird because I didn't think this was gonna happen. But again, Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy definitely not gonna win the titles this early on. It would definitely be a very big upset victory for the Lucha Dragons, and actually something that you really didn't think was gonna happen this year. Something I wouldn't have predicted or anything. Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy just coming out of the side. They're the sleeper wrestlers of the year. Sleeper as in, didn't expect them to come into like this position, and they could really headline themselves this year. So good on them for what they've achieved already this year. And moving on, they're probably going to be at TakeOver fighting for the title. Or actually, I think this match was scheduled for next week. So the Lucha Dragons are back. Very excited for those guys. Really good in the ring. But now let's get into our fourth match of the evening. And main event sort of style match. There wasn't really any main event this evening, but if you had to say which is the main event, this was the main event. It is the likes of Hideo Itami, tag team partner of Finn Balor, taking on Curtis Axel. No, not Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel lost earlier on the night, but we're back into the tournament, and he takes on Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze very good in the ring. There's sort of continuing a weird storyline where Tyler Breeze comes out and there's something in the background. Every entrance he makes, the commentators notice this. I didn't actually see this anywhere in the Titantron or anything, but I guess there's like a stalker on something on Tyler Breeze. Comment below if you know anything about that. But again, let's talk about this match. Tyler Breeze is freaking amazing, and Hideo Itami, they move around very well together. They started off with a really big hold. Yeah, that was good. And Tyler Breeze gets a few good ones in there, and at one point in the match he had a really good model kick, nearly getting the pin there, pretty much knocking out Hideo Itami. There was lots of moments in this match where you thought it could go either way, and definitely I thought two very, very successful, skilled wrestlers, very popular. Well, two kind of popular. Hideo Itami isn't actually that popular, but in Japan he would be the two pretty big superstars, and people who make themselves out to be big, really amazing in this one. Hideo Itami ends up winning this one, knocks out Tyler Breeze practically to win this one, and that's a sign of a good match. The other you have to knock them out in order to win this one, but Hideo Itami did it. Finally, he hit that thing. They're kind of tanning for an STO, but I guess that didn't happen. He went for that weird drop kick on this corner. Really painful for Tyler Breeze. Gets a drop kick, and it's all over. So, yeah, that's it for Hideo Itami defeating Tyler Breeze. And then we see that that is it. So he descends on to go against Finn Balor. Hideo Itami and Finn Balor basically now former tag teams, subtly put there. They're not going to be a tag team for any longer. It was a short reign with them, but they definitely reigned and haven't lost a single match. So they're going in strong, and this is interesting because whoever loses, Finn Balor versus Hideo Itami, will make sure one of these people have their first loss in WWE, I think, in NXT. So whoever loses is going to have a pretty... Well, anyway, it could go either way because that one is such an exciting one. Hideo Itami versus Finn Balor coming up probably in 2 weeks or something. But anyway, next week we know the tournament will be kicking off. Will be keep on going on, of course, and we got two matches: Baron Corbin versus Bull Dempsey. Baron Corbin dominating against Bull Dempsey before. Very, very interesting and exciting rematch. And next one is Tyson Kidd is back against Adrian Neville. So Adrian Neville is interestingly put back in the mix for a title shot. Adrian Neville could come back from this, but Tyson Kidd again, I love him as well. Did they have a match before? I think they did. So they are very capable wrestlers, and I guess Buddy Murphy and Bull Dempsey and Baron Corbin are pretty good as well. They gotta prove themselves a little bit more to me, but again, all of these 8 wrestlers are pretty well done in the ring and have proved themselves elsewhere. So there's no unexperienced wrestlers or unproven wrestlers in the mix really in this tournament. And I think that's all I was going to talk about. Of course, they've got that pay-per-view predictions coming up on the likes of Royal Rumble 2015 in WWE. That will be coming, that'll probably be my next WWE video, themed video. It will be coming up on Saturday or Friday. Friday, Saturday, one of those days, or Sunday. Probably no later than Sunday morning. But again, that's all I've got to talk about, and the likes of those things. Yes. So, if we see any of this exciting stuff go on, all these exciting matches to come, that tournament, of course, Sami Zayn has also got another big match at the pay-per-view, so I don't know how that's going to go. They're going to be a number 1 contender. Oh yeah, and of course, there's going to be a Fatal 4-Way Divas title for the Divas title, the women's title. Why do I keep saying that? Fatal 4-Way for that title. It's going to be a big mishmash up of Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, possible breaking up a tag team there, and yeah, Charlotte and Bayley. No Natalia in here, but anyway, of course, Kevin Owens taking on Sami Zayn in a non-title match, and Sami Zayn is going to have his hands full because he's going to have that match, and he's also going to have to face a number 1 contender who comes out with one of these 8 men over the 7 left over, 6 left over now. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching this one. It's been me, TV Hobby 1, and this has been my NXT review. I know it's going on a bit longer here, but I got something to discuss, and obviously my Royal Rumble prediction video, one of my predictions video, it's probably going to be pretty long, like verging on, I don't know, over 20 minutes probably, because I have a lot to talk about for that Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and I probably won't be doing them for every pay-per-view, every pay-per-view that's released, just the ones or WWE stuff that I feel to talk about. And of course, my next podcast, I will just talk about WWE and other aspects of the show, but the Royal Rumble predictions will be in a separate video. I'll talk about it all in my podcast, guys, coming up soon this week. And thank you guys for watching this. Make sure to favorite, like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.